there's a study show that as around 2 in every 3 Malaysians will have not enough vitamin D, or we call vitamin D deficiency. Women generally, the risk is 76%. When a woman is pregnant, the risk goes even higher. Okay, it can go up to 80 or 90+%.
Hello everyone, welcome to our third episode of MySelfCare podcast today. So I'm your host today, Peggy, and I have a guest here. Let's welcome the pharmacist, Chu Hong.
Hi everyone. Hi Peggy. Nice to see you, although I see you every day. Okay. By the way, today is for March. So today is International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day, Peggy.
Oh, thank you for the lovely wish. So happy International Women's Day to you. Oh, sorry, not you. Maybe your mom, your wife, your girlfriend.
No. Okay. Let's stop there. Okay, don't make it longer. Okay. By the way, Peggy, do you know what is the theme of International Women's Day for this year?
Oh yeah, yes, of course. This year's theme of International Women's Day is Inspire Inclusion. So let me explain why this theme Inspire Inclusion is about. In fact, it's encourage everyone to recognize a different perspective and the contribution of a woman in different walks of life, and even from a marginalized community. So in this way, we want to achieve a gender equality and to have our women valued and well respected.
Oh, thank you, Peggy.
Yes, I think it's a very good theme this year because women, we do need to recognize every woman in our life for their contributions and the value they contributed. It's an International Women's Day, so what topics are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about vitamin D.
Oh, that's a very interesting topic, but why?
Okay, Peggy, let me ask you.
Okay.
Do you think we're living in Malaysia, Malaysian citizen, do we have enough vitamin D or not?
I assume we have because we are a tropical country, not like other countries, they have 4 seasons. I assume we should have enough vitamin D.
Okay. You are true, we are in a country with a lot of sunlight, but there's a study show that as around 2 in every 3 Malaysians will have not enough vitamin D, or we call vitamin D deficiency.
Wow, are you serious?
Yes, and when we further separate the data, we separate into men and women.
Okay.
You think men or women, which one have higher risk to get vitamin D deficiency?
I assume women.
Yeah, of course lah.
Women
International
got a lot
Women's
of
Day,
problems, you know, right? I just my instinct.
Yes, it's women. Okay, so the study shows women generally.
Okay.
The risk is 76%. 76%.
Wow.
Okay, so men is only 46 lah. When a woman is pregnant, the risk goes even higher. Okay, it can go up to 80 or 90+%. Yeah.
Wow, that is very high. But then that does just now I said, but that doesn't show me that why a woman is at a higher risk of vitamin D.
Okay. Let me ask you, Peggy.
Okay.
Today, what time do you depart from your house when you come to?
Around 7:30. Yeah.
Okay. Then normally, what time do you go back? When you reach home, I mean the time you reach home.
The time you reach around 6:30.
Okay.
Yeah, still there is sun.
Okay, so between 7:30 and 6:30 this time, where are you?
Mostly it will be my time traveling or in the office. Maybe sometimes I need to go out for work purpose, but mostly will be sitting in the office.
You have to sit in the office. Your work, otherwise your boss thinks you're not working. Okay, never mind. So you see lah. Okay, most of the time you're in the office. Okay. Do you think you get enough sunlight or not?
Of course not, because we are not outside, I guess.
Yeah, you only get either morning sun or evening sun.
Yeah. But I do evening work around 6:30.
Yeah,
plus I still have sunlight.
Yeah, that's evening sun. So according to guideline, you want to get enough vitamin D from sunlight.
Okay.
You need to be under the sun between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Oh, there is a timing.
Then it has to be around 30 minutes per session, 2 sessions per week. Your evening sun and your morning sun normally is the
it
amount.
doesn't help.
Yes, the intensity of the sunlight is not enough for you to produce vitamin D.
Oh, okay. But then still, yes, I think still it doesn't explain why. Because I'm working, men also going to work. I believe there's more men going to a workforce compared to women, because there are some women that are being a full-time mother at home. But that doesn't explain why.
Okay, like you said, the women who is not in the workforce, what are they? What are they doing?
A full-time mother, yeah.
Okay. Full-time mother, do you think it's easier than working? Okay, they are probably working 24/7. No, okay. You might have time to go to work. Okay, you are not a full-time mother. For them, maybe they're 24 hours. They are taking off care of their son, of their mak mertua ke, their mom ke, cooking lah. They may not even have time to go for a walk under the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, so it might be even worse for them.
Yeah, I think from what Chu Hong said, this really portrays a full-time mother, their effort and their time they contribute to the family. Really, yeah, it's a great one. Yes.
Of course, there are other factors also lah.
Okay.
Another one, Becky, do you use sunblock when you go to outdoors lah? Normally, do you use sunblock?
Outdoor, if I see myself as would be under the sun for long, I go to beach, of course I'll apply sunblock lah.
Okay, I know this one may sound a bit stereotype, okay, but I think we can all agree lah. Okay, women take good care of their skin generally compared to men. Okay, like me, I never use sunblock. Okay, I never use sunblock. So, okay, when you use more sunblock, okay, the sunblock will block the sunlight from your skin, so your skin cannot really get the sunlight to produce vitamin D. So that also somehow explains why women may have higher risk of getting vitamin D deficiency.
So what you saying is, that means we really need the help of the sunlight in order to activate to produce vitamin D.
And that is the main source lah. If you want one natural source, so because of all the sun, you not go under the sun, you use sunblock a lot, so women will have higher risk. Okay, there are other factors, of course. Example, women's body composition will have higher percentage of fat compared to men. Because men, of course, men will have higher percentage of muscle, and then women have higher percentage of fat. Okay, that's not a bad thing. Okay, that is just nature. Okay, that's just nature. Okay, so we are not saying women you have more fat, you are bad. No, it's just nature.
Okay, so by nature,
yeah, by nature. So when your body has lots of higher percentage of fat, vitamin D, as we know, is a fat-soluble vitamin. Okay, so when you take vitamin D or you produce vitamin D, the vitamin D tends to be stored in your fat. Okay, so when you have more fat, more of the vitamin D goes to the fat. So those vitamin D in the fat, it cannot really be used. Okay, it has to be in your blood to be used. So more vitamin D goes to your fat, less vitamin D in your blood, you get vitamin D deficiency.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that's one of the factors also lah.
But like you said just now, you said those applying sunblock or less exposure to sunlight will have it's a kind of a risk factor that don't get enough vitamin D. But other than that, I think what are the other risk factors? What are the factors that will have?
There are few more. I'll say, example, if you have dark skin tone. The dark skin tone means naturally dark skin tone. I'm not saying those, you go under the sun, you get sunburn. Okay, that one, because you're already exposed to sunlight and then only you become black, only you become dark. And that one is, you get enough vitamin D. But if you are naturally dark skin tone, okay, your skin has more melanin, the skin pigment. Okay, and that melanin acts as a natural sunblock. Okay, so those with natural dark skin tone, their skin somehow cannot produce vitamin D
they cannot receive
very
the
efficiently.
Sunlight and then produce to activate.
Yes, and then of course, like in our country, we are a majority Muslim country, okay?
Yeah.
And Muslim ladies, they have to wear covered up clothing, right?
Okay.
So when you wear covered clothing, you go under the sun, you don't get the sunlight.
Oh, okay.
Then you cannot.
That makes sense.
And also certain medications, example like anticonvulsants, okay, your Epilim, your Phenytoin, all those. If those taking that, it shows that there's a higher risk of getting vitamin D deficiency also.
Oh, that means not just the two that I taught just now, I think there's so much risk factors.
Yes,
and I think
correct.
Malaysians, as me, I will assume I live in tropical country and we will receive enough of the vitamin D. But okay, it's up to a surprise. Oh, there is so much.
There's so much risk factor.
Yes,
and the
that
statistics also shows
Yeah.
that's it's very prevalent.
Oh, thank you for sharing this. I have to see that vitamin D is very important. So can you show me why vitamin D is very important in women?
Okay. Maggie, now imagine, okay, we rewind the time a bit. Maggie, imagine now is a time you have just graduated from university.
Okay, that means my timeline lah.
Your timeline.
My timeline back to my uni
Yes, you just graduated and then
Okay.
you just joined the workforce. You are
Okay.
just started working. That time, what do you want the most?
I think that time when I just graduated and stepped into workforce, of course I want to work hard lah. I want to get something what I want to achieve in my life.
So, what do you think are the roadblocks? What is stopping you from achieving what you want that time?
I think maybe because we are still freshy as graduate, then they will be scolded by your superior like, hey, you're not good enough, you're now done your job. Then you will doubt yourself, whether I'm doing good enough. And sometimes I do doubt also like, am I choosing a correct career pathway? Yeah.
I hope you don't think about that now, okay?
Yeah.
I hope
I
you're
think that
happy
is
now.
a moment of time it happens. Yeah.
But let's come back to our topic. For all this, the thing you said, yes, it's very hard, but vitamin D cannot help lah, okay? But there's one thing, okay, we all don't want during our work, want to achieve is, I'm sure you don't want to get sick.
Yeah, of course,
Okay?
yeah.
Your health, you don't want to get sick, and then because if you get sick, you cannot perform, and then of course
Our
it will be
youngest, we
harder
just
lah.
want to go
Yes.
all the way, and then the health part is really something that we ignore lah.
Yes, so the health is like you don't want to get sick so that you can do your work, okay? And this vitamin D can help.
Okay, that's
Okay.
interesting.
Okay,
So-
because vitamin D it's found that vitamin D is a very crucial substance for your immune system. Okay, it will help your immune cells to produce more substance that can kill microbes, kill the virus, kill the bacteria, whatsoever.
yeah.
Okay, so when your body, your immune system is functioning well, then you
Okay.
get sick less.
Oh, that means, it's really surprised me. I never thought
Yes.
vitamin D helps in improving the immunity.
Yes, and then this thing becomes very everyone knows of it after our pandemic, our COVID pandemic.
Oh, okay.
And recently there's a very big study, and we call it an umbrella study.
Okay.
It covers 12 million participants once. It
that's a
found
lot.
that if you have enough vitamin D, you have lower risk of getting the infection. Okay, and if you get the infection, there's a lower chance for the disease to be severe. Okay, and also there's a lower chance of you dying from the disease.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought, wow, vitamin D
Yes.
can play a very important role in improving our immunity.
Yes.
I think
correct.
COVID time, I do hear about my friends around, they say, COVID, better take vitamin D to improve immunity. I do hear about this message also, this news also.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think let's continue with your life journey, your woman's life journey.
I thought it's the end. Oh, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Now
Okay.
you started working,
Yeah.
and then let's say you suddenly meet your Mr. Right, and then your Mr. Right gives you a ring, and you say yes.
Okay.
You have
So,
your family now.
Then married.
Then what do you want? You have your little family now. Now you want?
Of course, we want to get pregnant, to have kids.
Yes, of course.
I think that's a natural stage of life.
Yes, and vitamin D can help.
Wow. Okay. How it helps?
Okay, first, study found that if you have vitamin D deficiency, you have 4 times higher risk to get tubal factor infertility.
Tubal factor.
Yes.
Meaning.
It's a type of infertility. Okay, but the fact is because of some defect in the tube in the fallopian tube.
Okay, in the uterus part there lah.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have vitamin D deficiency, there's a higher chance, and it's around 4 times higher.
Wow, that's very high.
Secondly, PCOS, you have heard of it, right? PCOS.
Yeah. Recently, it's become a lot of women
Yes.
having this PCOS.
And PCOS is, is also a very common reason for infertility. Yeah. So there's also study found that if a woman who has PCOS and they take vitamin D supplementation, there will be a higher ovulation rate.
Oh, that means improving the ovulation rate.
Okay.
Because I do have some PCOS friends, they do have these infertility issues, and then there is a challenge also for them in conceiving and getting a baby. I think when I heard about this, it's really something.
It's quite good lah.
It's quite good.
It can be helpful lah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then lastly, if let's say the couple, you have tried everything and then you cannot get pregnant, then we decided to go for assisted reproductive therapy such as IVF.
IVF.
In vitro fertilization as such. Okay.
Or IUI lah, means IVF.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So in this case, they also found that women who has enough vitamin D, the live birth rate is also higher.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that is really an interesting fact which I really don't know. Because for me, vitamin D is about bones.
Yeah.
I never thought it helps in immunity, and right now you tells me it helps in the
fertility.
In the infertility part.
Okay. Story goes on. Okay. Now you get pregnant already.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want the most?
Get pregnant. So make sure if I get pregnant, of course, the baby grows healthy. Yeah, I think, and then deliver smoothly. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Also, the study shows if you have vitamin D deficiency, you're not enough vitamin D.
Okay.
For the mother, the pregnant mother.
Pregnant mother
has a higher risk of getting first gestational diabetes. Preeclampsia.
Preeclampsia means
high blood pressure during pregnancy.
Okay.
And then bacterial vaginosis, infection of bacteria in the vagina.
So are you saying that during pregnancy we should take vitamin D as well?
Yes, that one it will be very good lah. Okay. And also it's not only good for the mother, it's good for the baby also. So as you know, vitamin D it has been known is a very important vitamin for bone growth. Okay, for bone growth. So imagine if the mother has enough vitamin D, or I should say, the mother don't have enough vitamin D.
Okay.
Of course, the growth of bone in the baby will be impaired. So
because the mother needs vitamin D, but then it doesn't give enough for the baby as well.
Yes, the baby doesn't get enough, so the baby cannot grow well lah. So the size of the baby will be smaller than it should be.
Wow, that is really.
Yes, so it's also very important for pregnant women also.
So every pregnant ladies, vitamin D is a must. I have to say, like based on what Chu Hong said, it really shows a lot of benefit, and not for yourself but for the baby. That plays a very important role. I think every mother should know about this.
Yeah. Okay, so still got stories still got. Okay.
Oh.
Still got the story still goes on. Okay.
Okay.
Now you got pregnant, and then you successfully deliver your baby already, and then you live happily ever after. You have a good life.
Oh, that's why you are.
And then you go, and then you reach your menopause age.
We aging already.
Yeah, you age, and then you grow elder, and then you reach your menopause age. And then this time, what do you think will happen?
I think women, when it comes to aging, we can't escape menopause. I think the menopause happens in around 50 plus years old, depending on individual. I have to say menopause is not an easy journey, because I do see my mother having a menopause and go through all the emotional journey, like having skin changes, hair loss, hot flush, and the mood swings it's quite intense for me. And it somehow caused that drastic changes. I think being an understanding children of them and supportive is quite crucial. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think?
Very correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's one more thing, very important thing.
Okay.
Because as you said just now, during menopause, the female hormone will suddenly drop.
Yeah.
Will drop very drastically. So especially your estrogen.
Okay. Yes.
And one of your very important
so-called women's
function.
hormone.
Yes.
Okay,
one of the
hormone.
very important function of estrogen is to maintain your bone.
Oh.
Okay, it can maintain your bone density, your bone strength.
Okay.
So imagine your hormone level suddenly drop. Suddenly there's nothing to maintain your bone.
Okay.
So very easily, your bone density, your bone strength will drop also. It becomes very weak. And then becomes very fragile, and it will get fractured very easily. You can get fracture from very, very minimal trauma. Okay, so this thing we call postmenopausal osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis.
It's the most common form of osteoporosis. Okay, so when a woman has postmenopausal osteoporosis, of course, the thing we scare the most is fracture. It's fracture. So, and the most common we call osteoporotic fracture. It normally happens to your wrist, your spine, and your hip. Okay, so that is the three most common site you get fracture if you got postmenopausal osteoporosis.
And my mother do experience that, when doing her menopause, she just fall from a chair. Then she just have a fracture over the wrist area.
Okay.
And it took some time for her
to recover.
But that time we need to do physiotherapy, all those things to do for speeding out the recovery.
And also, I think I will also share another very important statistics. I found that if you have hip fracture, there is 20% chance of risk you will die within 1 year.
That is very scary.
Yes, 20% of those
although it's 20%, but still very scary when I heard about the number.
Okay, and those who survive around 75% of them cannot resume normal life. They have to be somehow dependent on some way. Maybe they cannot walk properly,
or wheelchair,
they cannot move properly. Only around 25% can fully regain their activity.
Wow, that's
so
very
it's quite
challenging
serious. This is a very serious problem if you don't prevent it. And this thing, vitamin D can help. Okay, as we know, vitamin D, I think well known, first mechanism is it will increase calcium absorption into your body. Okay, when you have enough calcium, your bone mineralization will be good, so your bone will be strong. Okay. Secondly, vitamin D, it also strengthens your muscle. When your muscle is strong, you won't fall so easily. So you don't fall, then there's lower risk of getting fracture. Then also, vitamin D involves in bone remodeling. Even without the calcium, it also helps with bone remodeling. Bone remodeling means they throw away the old bone, and then they will build new bone. It's a very natural and important process to maintain your bone. So with vitamin D, then your bone will be stronger and you have lower risk of fall. Then you have much lower risk of getting fracture.
Wow, that is a very impressive one. And I have to say, I think osteoporosis is, for women, is really a big challenge. When there is a fracture or fall, I think there will be more things getting complicated. And I have to say, vitamin D do plays a role in different phases of if I put myself in there, it's different phases of my life. I really need vitamin D, and from Chu Hong sharing, it's really important to have vitamin D as a supplement on your health to improve your health. Thank you, Chu Hong, for sharing this very insightful information that really benefits and a lot. And I also do benefits on these informations. So, Chu Hong, I have a question here. You talk a lot about the benefits of vitamin D, but then what dose should a person take vitamin D? Like how much is needed for a person's?
Okay. So if you are a young healthy woman like you, are a young healthy woman, you need at least 600 IU daily.
600 IU.
Yeah, 600 will be sufficient. If you got more, then also okay. But if you are more elderly woman, maybe 50 years old and above, you
those are menopause women.
Yes, then you have higher risk of getting fracture. So you will need at least 800
800 IU.
Yes, 800 IU daily or above.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
800 IU.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if you have risk factor of vitamin D deficiency, okay, regardless of age, and you have risk factor of getting vitamin D deficiency. Example, you have naturally dark skin tone, you never get sunlight, you are on those medication, and like I said just now, you're obese, okay? You can go to as high as 1,500 to 2,000 IU daily.
Oh, 1,500 to 2,000.
If you have high risk factor for getting vitamin D deficiency.
Yes, regarding those, but then I thought like we do get from sunlight, like
yes, we go from sunlight.
Just now you mentioned like we go under the sun for 30 minutes, we do get. But then other than that, what are the other source of vitamin D that we can get actually?
Yes, there are. Of course, sunlight is the major source, okay. But of course, you got other source also. Okay, you can get from food, for instance. Okay. Example of food that has that is very rich in vitamin D is fish with high fat content.
Fish with high fat content. What
Example, salmon.
Oh yeah, okay.
Salmon has a very high fat content, and then because vitamin D is in fat, so if you take fish with high fat content, you can get more vitamin D. So for salmon, if you can take around 150 gram to 200 gram per day, then you can get enough vitamin D every day.
Okay. But I know salmon very
yes, it's quite expensive. I checked a few days ago. I go to the supermarket nearby. It's around 100 to 120 ringgit per kg.
Wow.
So if you want to take 200 gram, you need like 18 ringgit per day.
Wow.
For some, it's affordable, but some it's not. Okay. If you
not
can afford, good . If you
Yeah.
cannot afford, then you have to find another way.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, other than salmon, there are other source. Example like milk.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, milk is another source. Okay.
Another source. Okay. It's relatively high, but if you want to get enough vitamin D solely from milk, you need to take maybe 7 cups per day.
Wow, I think
not so practical.
not so practical. Not everyone can take, but and then some cannot tolerate with milk as well.
Okay. Another source it will be egg. Because egg, your egg yolk is basically fat, so the vitamin D will be stored there, so you can take egg. But yeah, it's relatively high. But if you want to get enough vitamin D solely from egg, you may need to take 18, 20 eggs per day.
Wow.
Impossible.
That means more than a dozen of eggs I need to take every day. I don't think it's very practical as well. It's also not too good to take so much.
So it's still the best way is to get from sunlight. Okay, food you can have way, but it's quite hard. Another choice is you can get from vitamin D supplement. I think there's various brand, various dose out there. Okay, you just remember the dose I say, then you can take according. But I think there's one very important point before you start any supplementation. Make sure you get advice from your healthcare professional,
doctor,
pharmacist, because it's very individual. Not everyone will need it.
Okay. Can. Yeah, I think that is a very good message, information about all this, and I think for me, I do really benefit. I do have a rough guideline on where I can source my vitamin D, on what dose I should take, on who should I ask my people around to start taking vitamin D. I think it's a very good one. And from there, really thank you, Chu Hong, for...
Thank you also for having me. Okay, although I see you every day.
But then still thank you for having you in this session with us to share this very important message about the role of vitamin D in women's health, especially in this International Women's Day. And so I think that's all from us. I think we wish you all happy International Women's Day. Yeah, happy International Women's Day. Yeah. Thank you for paying attention until the end of the video. Thank you. And then don't forget, before the end of the session, I think don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube. Bye. Bye.